What's going on, people? Jack from Fitness Search Gyms. I got asked a question recently over on Instagram, and it was about what mistakes I have made as a gym owner. So what I thought I would do was answer some of these questions over here on YouTube. So if you are a gym owner or a personal trainer and you have some questions, head over to my Instagram or comment below and I can answer them in due course. So what mistakes have I made over the last 8 years? Number one would be not doing enough due diligence and market research on areas that we have opened certain locations. That has meant it's been harder for us to fill, or worse, we have actually had to close a couple of our sites down. There is so many free tools nowadays like mypostcodearea.co.uk or searchmypostcode.com. You can simply put in the postcode of the location and it will give you full demographic breakdown of that area, even like if their homes are owned outright or mortgaged, or it's students, or it's a high managerial area, CEOs, self-employed. There's literally so much data that these kind of websites give you, so you don't really have to make those mistakes. Firstly, obviously you have to know the kind of target market and the demographic that you want to get inside your gym, and if you've found that, I would strongly and highly urge you to then go and do further market research, because you might pick an area which you think that is literally my ideal target market, and then you put it into a free search online and you realize actually I didn't see this side to the town or this side to the city. And sometimes there is a very fine line between your target market and the total opposite target market that you want coming in your door, and we have learnt that in one of our locations recently, that you can be a mile the wrong side of a certain town or city and attract the wrong types of people that don't fit your business model. So make sure you do your market research on the location that you are opening. Number two would be not having enough automation at the beginning, and it made the customer journey clunky and also created a lot more work for us in the back office. And what I mean by automation is having a system in place where if someone discovers your website and they want to sign up to a gym membership, depending on your gym and your business model, that they can go through a customer journey, purchase a membership and be training in your gym in the next half an hour or an hour. Obviously, if you run a different business model which is based around personal training, there still should be some element of automation in there. Because if a client fills out an inquiry form online, you want to make sure that journey is as smooth as possible all the way through to getting them booked in for a consultation. And at the beginning, because it was only like myself here working, we didn't have those processes in place. And when we organically grew quite quick, you soon realised you're doing a lot of work when most of it can be done by a computer or on your phone. So having automation in place, making sure your customer journey is smart, making sure your customer journey is idiot-proof, that is very important. And then finally, making sure you have a good follow-up system at the other end. So it's all well and good directing them to your website, a nice, beautiful journey, but if you don't call them back in 4 days, you're going to lose them. Alternatively, it's easy to sign up, and you can have things like Apple Pay, you can have Android Pay, you can have really simple ways to go from finding your gym to becoming a member. It makes this whole process a lot easier. In this day and age right now, everybody wants simplicity and everybody wants everything super bloody fast. So you need to kind of make sure that your automation and your journey is super fast. A good way to do this, by the way, going onto your competitors' websites and seeing what their customer journey is like, and then fixing it or making it better and turning it into your own. I've done that a lot and I've learned a lot from that myself. I've gone on some of the biggest chain gyms in the world, some of the most busiest and well-known independents, and I've pretended that I was a customer just to see what their journey is like, so then I knew what I needed to do to be able to compete at that level. Number three would be buying too much kit that I wanted. When you're like a young gym owner and you've trained in a lot of gyms, it's quite easy to be like, right, I need this kit because when I've been into this gym, it's been super busy, or I'm doing this style of training, so I need this kit, or I think my clients will want this, so you buy this certain piece of kit. Now, when your gym gets busy and you get a lot of people inside it, you realise that maybe some of these pieces were too specialist or maybe too advanced, and your clientele just don't use it. So I would always kind of write like a hit list of what you wanted, and then make sure that it fits in with the business plan and the demographic of people that you want inside that gym. If you are wanting to be a specialist powerlifting gym, then yeah, sweet, go over and buy loads of specialist powerlifting equipment. But if you're creating a gym to be a personal training studio or just a general open gym, then you kind of need to look at what equipment would go and match the type of people that are coming in the door. There's nothing worse, and I've done this, of fitting out a gym with the coolest equipment that I personally think you could, and then not seeing it get used. And then what you've got to do, you've got to take it out of the gym, put it in storage, or you've got to sell it when the gym gets busy and you need more kit. It just creates a whole whirlwind. It's a bit of a nightmare. So make sure your kit matches the type of people and the business model that you are trying to do, not what you would personally like to see in the gym. Number 4 would be having a shit gym layout. It may look good on CAD and it may look good on Instagram, but when the gym kit actually goes in and the gym is built and the gym is full, you soon realise that some of these gym layouts that look fantastic do not work and they do not flow. So being open to change the gym around sooner and taking feedback from members and class members and personal training clients and your personal trainers, because at the start I was adamant that my gym layout was amazing, and then when we probably hit capacity in our gym membership and we had full-time personal trainers in here, you realised actually the gym layout isn't necessarily that good. So do not do what I do and take feedback a bit better at the beginning and move the gym to the way that the clients and your trainers would like, because they are the ones that are on the floor day in, day out. And lastly is having the machine gun approach. So sometimes having more is not always better, right? And at the beginning we had lifting classes, fitness classes, we had yoga, we never actually had Zumba, thank God, but we had Pilates, we had personal training packages, we had all sorts of different training styles, modalities, different people. We were basically trying to capture the whole market. And maybe at the beginning you sometimes think actually that's a good way to be, but then if you're trying to capture 10 different types of people, you're never actually doing 1 or 2 extremely well. So what we did is we cut everything right back. We know what we want to teach, we know who we want to teach, we know what classes work well, we know what personal training packages work well, and we got rid of all the fluff. It may work in some extremely busy areas or in cities, or it may work for some, but my personal view and my opinion is you're better off picking 2 or 3 things and absolutely hammering them and trying your best to attract the type of people that will want to do those classes or those personal training packages or train at the style of gym that you have made, than trying to cater for everybody. So they're the 5 things that I have done wrong over the last 8 years. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.